shiny friends, I'm Sara Sach, and welcome back to another edition of This or That. And what our question has to do today is, do you ever combine sewing with crochet? All right, now if you don't know what our This and That videos are all about, they usually have to do with a crochet or yarn or crafting style technique question. And it's a good idea to answer the questions down in the comments so that I can learn from you and what you're looking for, as well as read the other comments so that we can learn from each other. I really enjoy reading your comments. I've learned a lot since we started this series on This and That crochet questions. I've learned so much from all of you, techniques that you like, things you want to learn, and I have planned accordingly, and I have lots of fun things coming up that I can hardly wait to make videos for to share with you. And this is why the This and That questions are important to me. All right, so what our question has to do with, like I said at the beginning, is do you sew? And if you do you sew by hand or sew by machine? And what I'm talking about is not sewing your crochet pieces together, but adding fabric and crochet together. So I'm not talking about sewing on arms or faces or embroidering on crochet. What I'm talking about is taking fabric and combining it with crochet, like this pillow. I made a pillow cover, which is really cool because you can repurpose an old pillow. And this yarn, of course, Granny Squares, is adorable. And then I made a crochet trim to go around the pillow. And then when I made the pieces, I sewed it all together. And this trim is fun because it looks good on the front and on the back. And it's super duper simple. Don't worry, when I do the video on how to make the pillow cover, I'll show you how to make that trim as well. All right, and so just to be clear, we're talking about fabric and crochet or made with yarn. You can use thread, of course, but do you like to combine the two? There are lots of different ways to incorporate fabrics and sewing into our crochet projects. A really popular one, of course, is making liners. And I do have 2 different videos out there on how to make a liner for a bag. And I'll put those links down in the notes underneath this video if you want to easily learn how to sew a liner and add it to a crochet or any kind of bag, really. I've done this same technique when I bought a purse, and the bottom of the liner rips out because it was made of like a really thin, like nylon fabric, and I didn't like that, so I made a new liner for even. It was just, I think it was just a plastic or what we call pleather purse, and that inexpensive liner tore out, and I made a new one using that same technique. All right, so like I said, I'll put those links underneath this video so you can find them and learn how to easily make a liner for your purse. Now the pillow here that I'm talking about is the one that I showed, and I'm going to have a video for this, hopefully for our Friday Fun Day, to show you how to make a cover, because this is a cover. And the neat thing about this is you can just slide your pillow in, and if it gets dirty, you can take the cover off and just wash it. But we'll talk more about this pillow and how I did this on our Friday Fun Day. Okay? Now, you don't have to have a sewing machine to sew. But I do get lots of questions about what kind of sewing machine do I have. And I've had a Singer for many years. And we moved here, it's been about 2 years now, back to Oklahoma. We live in the Oklahoma City area. West out in towards Yukon and Mustang. But my machine didn't make it. I mean, when I opened it up to do some sewing, it would not budge. And it was really old. And my husband took it to get looked at. And the guy's like, yeah, this is so old. I don't really think I can even get parts for this. And it wouldn't even move. It was like it was just stuck, you know. And so last Christmas, my husband bought me a new Singer sewing machine. So let me show you the kind of machine that he bought me. I really love that machine. I love how easy it is to work with the keypad. I used to have cams that you would put down in the top to adjust all your different stitches and things like that. And I love that machine, but it was, you know, kind of clunky. This machine is really compact. It is heavy duty, so I can sew with denims and triggers. And like this here, this is called duck cloth. I really love this fabric because it is a lot thicker. And I did, just a FYI, I bought this fabric through Hobby Lobby. I actually ordered it online because I went into my local Hobby Lobby because I saw it on their website to see if they had it. And she said, no, they don't have it in stock. So I just ordered it offline. Or, I mean, online, not offline. I ordered it online. And it came really quick. Of course, I live in Oklahoma City area, and that's where Hobby Lobby is, of course. But it is a duck cloth. I'm sure you could find it anywhere fabrics are sold. And if they don't have it, ask for it because it is awesome fabric. Okay, but anyway, I can sew anything from like a thick denim to really lightweight fabrics. And I really love that machine. I've used it quite a bit. The reason I need a sewing machine really bad is because I'm short. Okay, so when I buy a pair of pants, if I buy regular pants, they're too long. If I buy what they call petite pants, they don't hit me right. And so I end up hemming, even the petite pants, the short pants, I end up hitting them. Because I'll buy like the capri pants and they hit me like right above the ankle, which is because I have short legs. I'm a short person, okay? I used to be about 5'4". After going to the doctor this last week, I'm about 5'1.5". Yeah. So anyway, but when you're making liners for your bags or, you know, pillowcases and things like this, you don't have to have a sewing machine, okay? You can use just your typical needle and thread and sew it. One thing that I do because sometimes I do just grab a needle and thread if I'm doing something really simple. But when you sew with the needle and thread, the key to holding nice and secure is make tiny stitches. And I always go around one time and then go out like 1/4 inch and then go around again, whether it's a square, one side, circle, whatever. When it comes to these things, because we're not making like a dress, you can sew it by hand. But if you have a sewing machine, I set mine up at my dining room table, as you probably saw in the video there, because I like having the openness and I don't really have a spot in my yarn room. I mean, let's be honest, I'd have to move some yarn in order to set up my sewing machine. So when I use it, I just have my husband take it out to the dining room table for me. And I usually wait till I have several projects to do at once, and then I do them. And it's still set up out there because I have another project that I'm getting ready to do. Like I said, the pillow for our Friday Fun Days. I think you're really going to enjoy that. Okay, so let's bottom line. Okay, today's question is this. Do you like to combine sewing and crochet or fabric and yarn projects, or do you just not really into that? And it's okay if you're not. Remember, these questions, there are no wrong answers. This is just questions to let me know what you're looking for, what you like to do. You know, if everybody says, nah, we don't want to learn any of that, then I won't do it. But if some people say, yeah, I kind of would like to learn how to do that, then I might do it. I'm not always going to say that I'm going to do it immediately, because a lot of times these things do take time, you know, to do the project, get it tested and all of those things. But I already bought this fabric and I already made the pillow cover. And I really, really enjoyed the combination of the crochet trim with the pillow cover, and I thought this is super easy and super fun and a great way to repurpose your pillows. Okay, so again, let's bottom line this. Do you like to combine sewing with your crochet projects? And when you do you sew by hand or by machine? Or maybe you let someone else do the sewing. I've sewed for other people for these things. They give me measurements, I'll sew it up, and I'll give it back to them. Well, that's what I've got for you today. Again, please comment down in the notes under the video in the comment section so that I can read your comments, and so can everybody else, and we can all learn from each other. All right, have a happy crochet day and a yarny good time. See you next time.